Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is going to be my last Open Great League video here, and hopefully it's going to be a good one for y'all today. It's going to be an ABB team with Annihilape in the front, and then it's going to be Bibarel with Return in the back. And I know I've been saying this whole time I think Return is going to be better than Hyper Fang, so I wanted to showcase this video here with that. And it's also going to have Diggersby in the back, so double normal in the back of a ghost slash fighter. And we're going to go ahead and get into the video. But I mean, one thing to think about is if you've noticed these videos having anything in common, not even necessarily with our teams, but a lot of the teams that we'll face, I feel like Annihilape's come up a decent amount. I think Diggersby's come up a decent amount, and I think Bibarel's come up a lot as well. Obviously, Clodsire's kind of everywhere. Dunsparce. For Alligator, I've noticed a bit of a drop-off of for Alligator, to be honest, but it is still very good. I think people are just scared of Bibarel. But yeah, those are things to really think about when Open Great League does come back. I think Diggersby, everyone knew it was going to be good, and the increase of damage to Fire Punch has really facilitated something like that. So let's go ahead and get into the battles. If you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. All right, so we have Annihilape here into Morpeko. Alright, they switch into Talonflame. We have a Bibarel that is obviously double super effective rollout into super effective Surf. So this should basically KO the Talonflame. You definitely don't want to get hit by something like a Brave Bird. So if they shield, you shield, and then you farm down. My god, I thought we weren't going to shield for a second there. And then, yeah, it's a very easy farm down. We have access to Surf against anything that's going to be neutral, but we also have Return for just a hard-hitting move. They probably weren't willing to shield right here, and look how much damage that Return's doing. Just something stupid, insane. Something to be... Is this a shiny double? It looks different to me. Anyways, oh, it's probably running Wild Charge Payback. You don't usually see a Payback thrown unless it is running the double nuke move set. Morpeko going to get hit down here, and then obviously we have Diggersby in the back as well, so we're so strong against Morpeko. I guess the only place you really don't want Morpeko is against the Bibarel, but we have a ground type here, and then we had a fighting type in the front, which is going to deal super effective, versus now the ground type is going to be taking double resisted. And even if they hit us with the R wheel, that was not the resisted one, by the way, the double resisted one. That it's just a visual glitch. That definitely was the dark type one. Which is why it did like 70% to one of the bulkiest mon in the league. All right, they switch into Meltank here. That makes me think that they're running Ice Beam, but even though it is super effective, it's not the greatest move in the world. We do go slightly over 100 energy here, but we are, I mean, for the most part, in a good matchup here. I do like throwing here on slightly bad timing just to make sure that we get our move off before getting thrown down by another Ice Beam. A second one will KO. Miltank does have a very... I think it has a high attack stat. To be honest, I never made one. But they had Ice Beam the first time, right? Was this just a bait? I don't know if Thunderbolt is less energy than Ice Beam. I don't know. That was weird. Anyways, we go into the Rage Fist here. Going to try to up our counter damage against this thing. Technically... but Bibarel's a weird matchup in this matchup. Probably worth a shield here if we're already trying to ramp through this matchup. Okay, good timing. Bibarel is not great against this because it does have rollout, which is going to be resisted by the ground typing. But now, oh, they were actually going to get to the move right there. But they actually got a little greedy because they could have actually thrown the Body Slam. Even though it was double resisted, it still would have done a lot of... I mean, it would have done this much damage to Annihilape at least, right? Okay, Drift Blim is tough because Ice Beam's going to be super effective here. They're ghost types, so they're taking double resisted damage from the quick attacks. It is running... Usually when they're running Mystical Fire, it means they're running double reduction moves, so debuff moves like Icy Wind and Mystical Fire. Although probably not, right? Because they would have thrown the Icy Wind, so it is running Shadow Ball, but Mystical Fire. That's an interesting choice You would think that Icy Wind is just a little better, just because it's going to be hitting Clodsire for super effective, Diggersby, and yeah, I don't know, what does Fire get you in this meta? I'd really have to think about it. I guess, no, Grass is already Steel? I don't know. I really have to think about that, and I don't want to do that right here on camera. So I'll think about it maybe after the battles here. We are able to win that middle matchup, so technically we have flip switch, which is really good for us because we do have the Bibarel in the back at the end of the day. We also, while they do double resist our quick attack, we also double resist Hex. So, yeah, I guess they're just trying to get a lot of energy for the Bibarel. Luckily for us, Bibarel does hard wall this, resisting every single move that this has. Double resist to the Shadow, to the Ghost moves, and then single resisting the Mystical Fire. They do have Clodsire here in the back. Probably worth coming in with Annihilape here when they're about to throw. Maybe eat some of this energy. I like this move. Okay, you didn't necessarily have to catch, but catching is obviously even better. But, yeah, you'd be willing to sacrifice this Annihilape at the drop of a hat. Really good timing here on CMP. Yeah, the reason we're sacrificing this is because Astonish is super effective against Annihilape, and that could just get a ton of energy through this matchup. And yeah, they do have Earthquake, and they do get that extra Astonish. We are going to be able to farm this down. It is pretty low. Shields are down, so one surf should KO. We do get the one turn delay coming in, and we still should try to farm down. Now, 2 times reduced. How low is the Clodsire here? I think it's still in surf range, but we are one rollout away from a second surf. Or we can go for this. I think surf's... I don't know. Surf got changed to have more damage, so seemingly going to be good there. I like the one hit on Annihilape and then swapping. It means that the damage is getting moved over to the Diggersby. They do stay in on Talonflame for a little bit more incinerate damage / energy gain. Then they come in with Swampert, which is obviously a pretty hard answer to Diggersby. Hydro Cannon going to be super effective. Probably not going to KO here from a non-shadow. Which means we're going to get to the second Scorching Sands, so maybe they just stayed in a little too long in the Talonflame to allow us to get to these moves, because now they're shielding. We do get the attack drop, which is pretty nice. I think we're going to let this go. I guess we do outpace to the Fire Punch. That's tough. So if we're going to lose it anyways, I definitely would have just let it go. I guess we could... Okay, ends up being Feraligatr, so Bibarel is very good against both of these Mon. The only thing is, if they do have Crunch, I know I wouldn't be shielding in this matchup, but if they do have Crunch... Oh wow, that's GG. Yeah, that's totally GG. Alright, Togetic. Pretty horrific lead, to say the least. They do stay in, it learns Aerial Ace, and... Sorry, you're gonna have to edit that out. I know it learns Aerial Ace and maybe Disarming Voice. Does it learn Disarming Voice? I don't know. Play Rough, maybe. Anyways, they do a little bit of damage to us, and then they come in with their own. So they're gonna be ahead, obviously, but maybe not that far ahead. Plus, attack drops really matter, or they will definitely really matter in this matchup, because if you do get an attack drop like this, it means that we won't get KO'd by the next Scorching Sands. Maybe we do something like a double Fire Punch, assuming they go for this Scorching Sand here. I actually really... Okay. This doesn't KO, but maybe they'll throw it the last second. Oh, wow. Or we do get it down. Wow, the attack drop really screwed them over pretty bad. But they did stay in a long time as well. We can make it to the Scorching Sands. This is a very greedy come in with Toxapex, just because we do double resist the poison stings coming through here. And then we come in with Annihilape, which is funny because we're doing resisted counter damage, but we are not really taking a lot of damage in the meanwhile anyways, and we can also all in on Bibarel as well, having the return for the Toxapex, and then probably just going to surf through this... Togetic. Oh, it has Ancient Power, right. I do know that it learns Aerial Ace, and I believe Play Rough. Okay, Rollout's going to be super effective. We're actually taking a lot of damage here. What's the fast attack? Is it a... Oh, it's Fairy Wind. Why does it look like it's doing so much damage? That's crazy. Fairy Wind is not known for its damage ability. Okay. They end up switching, but we're already back to our switch clock as well. Nothing really gained or lost, I guess, through that interaction. We already know we're all in on Bibarel. I guess they kind of know that as well at this point. They could throw right here. You might live a brine. Okay, I like this because we can go for the full farm down and hopefully win CMP with Rage Fist against the Togetic. Most likely we do. Yeah, and this should KO. I remember them being pretty low. Yeah. All right, Starmie, pretty bad lead. Pretty bad for Diggersby as well. Surf going to do a ton of damage here, just because of very high attack stat for Starmie. Though technically, I mean, with that same, it's a double-edged sword, right? So we're going to do a lot back to them. And now it's a question of, do we want to shield and maybe try to quick attack through this? It is pretty low at this point. It could be the case that we even come back in with an Annihilape and get the farm down. Maybe shield a Surf if they're going to get to that. Because we were actually going to get a decent amount. We actually take a ton of damage there. Okay, they have a Jumpluff. Pretty bad for us on both Pokemon here. Maybe... Okay, let them throw probably and just take this and be all in on Bibarel. Or we could shield once and maybe go for... this Rage Fist on CMP. Oh my god, if this is CMP and they shield, we definitely let this go. Because they outpace. Unless we're getting crazy and try to catch an Aerial Ace. No, okay. We're going to be all in here on the Bibarel. We can shield once, get a lot of energy in this matchup. They do try to catch on Dunsparce. We go for the return. If a return and a Surf KO, then this is the right move. If not... Okay, it does. And technically we have a decent amount of time here. We do win CMP against Jumpluff. Does a Drill Run KO? I don't think it does. The question is, can we farm down before they get to 2? Or are we going to throw at 100 energy? Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's GG for them. I did not think that last rollout was going to KO, if I'm being honest. And they would have gotten to a move. All right, GG. All right, Dunsparce, really good lead. They end up going into a Mandibuzz here. Interesting swap. Not usually the best matchup here for Diggersby. It is very bulky at the end of the day, but I guess all three of our Mon... Here's the thing. All three of our Mon are good against Dunsparce, or fine against Dunsparce. Against Mandibuzz, Bibarel would be taking a ton of damage. So maybe we're saving the Bibarel on the back for a farm down. Ooh, we go over just one here. Yeah, I wonder if we're just going to go for the no shield here. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. We're just kind of throwing away Diggersby and assuming that they have like double flyers, so a flyer in the back. Going to be able to get taken out by the Dunsparce. Maybe it's something like the Driftblim. Could even be Talonflame. Yeah. And it was Air Slash, but we technically did switch before we knew it was Air Slash, so they're not going to be able to farm us down without us getting to a Scorching Sand. Now, they will be able to farm us down after that, which means they'll have a decent amount of energy, but we're also going to throw like 30% on top of this, guys, so that's pretty good for us as well. We end up coming back with the Annihilape. We will survive a Drill Run here. It'll do about 45-50%. Just going to let that come through, and... at this point, I think we do have to shield this. It could be anything in the back. It could be something weak to Annihilape. Also, we're very high on energy. Definitely don't want to just get rid of that. They end up having a Gastrodon. So, yeah, the Rage Fist, we're going to throw back-to-back. Well, we're going to throw one more counter here and then another Rage Fist. And we probably get to a third. And this game's pretty over, I think. Unless they can farm us all the way down. Does it return? I'm just trying to think, does a return kill from here? Because there's a lot of return usage here. And it's going to do a lot. It might KO. Ooh. does a ton of damage. Man, return is definitely the way to go. All right, Malamar. Technically, this is a little bit better matchup for Annihilape than Starmie, but it has superpower and dip capabilities here. I guess it's the same as Surf. They end up coming in with Dunsparce, which is actually a really good matchup for Bibarel. Not Bibarel. For Diggersby. The only thing is they did obviously a ton of damage before going out, but it's still going to be out of drill run range here. 2 drill runs obviously will be enough. We 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we won't make it to this Fire Punch before they do. Oh, really good here for us, to be honest. Just let this go through. Yeah. They might be able to shield once and farm us down, though. I like going for the Rage Fist. I would have gone for Rage Fist no matter what, but I like going for it here. I mean, they don't end up shielding, which sucks for us. Okay, probably come in with the Bibarel. Not Bibarel. Come in with Diggersby, because we can actually soak this move. Yeah, just let this go. This is a foul play almost like 99% of the time. I guess they're pretty low. Drapion. So one good thing is they'll probably end up going up to Crunch every time. But Bibarel is so squishy that, well, we outpaced these moves, right? So the question is, are we going to hang on, though? Because I think they're 4 away. Yeah, so you kind of have to let the first one through. Oh. Well, no, I think this is GG, though. Yeah. The problem is they outpaced to that third one. Yeah, because of good timing. All right, Metacham here in the front. We saw 2 in the last video, so it makes a lot of sense that we're actually seeing another one here. You probably only see like 1 every day on a usual amount. Ooh, good catch here. Well, good catch if you think it's Psychic. If it's Dynamic Punch, what a crazy move to throw here, because Ice Punch is 100% better. Unless they saw the switch. No, he caught. Crazy. I think you live a brine here, even though it is super effective, which is kind of crazy to say, and they won't be able to farm you down without you throwing another move. Now, I don't think we get to a third move here, just because we're getting way too low. So if they do shield, they could farm down. I like coming in with Annihilape. What I have noticed in Annihilape, using Annihilape so much in Open Great League, is that it's actually the matchup you really want against Toxapex. It's actually just so good to get all of this farm, and you can go on CMP here. Perfect. And if they let it go, at least you're halfway to another move, and you're ramped up on counter damage. They end up coming back in with the Metacham, which is even just as good for you. They do have a decent amount of energy. But this would KO, and we can shield and probably just farm this all the way down, which is what I would do, because we're so close to close combat here if they do end up having something like a Dunsparce in the back, which is what it feels like. Oh, is it Bibarel? Oh, it is a Dunsparce. Still got it. All right. One-shot that and get to the next one. Gligar. Kind of a tough matchup. Kind of a tough matchup overall, just because it does outpace Bibarel plus... Oh, Sandtomb. Sandtomb plus the Starmie damage is actually insane. They could shield this. It felt like it. We can shield and get a little bit more energy here and then throw another one in the next... I think it kills. I think that's a risky let go there. We could have probably gotten the second shield there. Power Gem's going to do a ton of damage. Thunder. I did not know this thing knew Thunder. I'm going to be honest. We can go for the Surf. It is resisted, but it is going to KO from this range. We have a lot of energy. We're hoping their last Mon... Well, I think their last Mon might be something water as well, to be honest. Can it be its own Bibarel? Oh, it's going to be Dunsparce. Going to go for the return. What's in the front? Gligar? Gliscor, I mean. We're going to get to this Rage Fist. But they could just no-shield this. And throw an Aerial Ace. We kind of have to shield. Oh, Night Slash. Oh, Night Slash is actually pretty good for us because we're going to get the farm down. Then we can actually just go for a Rage Fist. Oh, we could have maybe gone for farm down, actually. All right, this is going to be GG, though. We're way too far ahead at this point. Well, we'll just shield and farm down, yeah. I forgot we had a shield here. I was like, well, if they... No, because even Bibarel has enough HP to survive a drill run from that range. All right, we do the one punch and then switch again. Smart, again, not taking the damage, but they do end up staying a very long time. Bad timing here on our part because they do get... they had the one-turn switch, so you have to be mindful of that. Does a Hydro Cannon one-shot? I think it probably does. Oh, they go for the bait! Okay, this is another Night Slash because they got the buff. Oh, this sucks for us because we can't go on like the best timing, so we go on the next best timing here too, which is gonna be 4 turns. We could. Oh, they're gonna get a massive farm down here. The buff's actually just killing us. Probably is a Night Slash. So just let it go. Probably have to shield this, but now we're in a really bad position. You have to shield this. Really? The problem is you can't farm this down. Oh, maybe you can one shield and farm down? Well, we're going to be 3 away, and I think they're 2 away. Okay, they come in Talonflame. Talonflame's at Brave Bird here. Okay, we kill. Oh, I think this gets to Leaf Blade in 5. Yeah. This will one-shot. Lavani, rip. Alright. Well, Bibarel here in the front, really good for us. Hypno. Oh my god, I haven't seen a Hypno since we played Hypno. Ice Punch. Oh, nice. They're running a good moveset. I think it's Ice Punch, Thunder Punch every day of the week in this meta. I guess you could go... Well, no, I was going to say maybe you could go Side Beam or Shadow Ball, but I really like Ice Punch here. We CMP'd here. This is pretty bad. Because we're losing all of our energy and they got the shield. They're just going to let this go. Maybe they... I could see a world... This is so greedy. So they know that they're not going to take that much damage, so they're willing to just try to go for this double resisted farm down. I get where they're coming from, but they're going to have to shield at this point. Oh my god, good catch into Bibarel. Wait, opponent is cooking right now. But this is really bad for them. Well, Surf does a ton. They never shield this, right? And then they get to farm down or Annihilate. Oh, no, but we get the... Okay. They could throw right away. Okay. We'll see if we shield or not. I think we're all in on Bibarel. I guess it's just they're just screwed. But the opponent played this so well, to be honest. Obviously, we ended up winning, so we played well as well. But I think the opponent played to some insane strategy of Drift Limb going for the farm down on Diggersby. Now, they got just a little unlucky in the back being a ABB normal types against ghost types, so double resisting. But yeah, thank you so much to the subscriber who submitted these battles. Obviously played very well, very good timings. Yeah, can't say really much more than that. Thank you for submitting, and if you like this video, hit the like button. If you have videos to submit, you can always submit to my to this email in the description below. And if you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. I'll catch you in the next one. Hopefully, what's the next league we have coming up? Let's see. It's going to be Ultra League and Fantasy Cup Great League Edition. So Fantasy Cup's been going on for a week now. I haven't played any yet, but maybe I'll do that, or we'll see. Ultra League stuff like Typhlosion's gotten better. Anything with like Thunder Punch and all that. I guess I'll just make this separate video for that. I don't want to go over too much of that right now. All right, GG's, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hey, thank you for watching the video, and if you want to continue to support me, definitely click that subscribe button. You'll see any content coming out, and if you want another video on this same league for some more tips and tricks to other teams, check that video out right there, and I'll see you in the next one.